So the Conway Critters came about by the city of Conway approaching Coastal, the art department, and asking us to do this public art project where we created 8 whimsical animals that went along with this narrative that they created. And they're going to be placed around the city. Of course, we said yes. It was an incredible opportunity, and that's how it started. So it's about, I would say it's like a 10-step process from start to finish. And basically what it is creating the pattern out of clay, an oil-based clay, which is the animal. And so you have this clay pattern. And in the end, you get that exact same thing, except in bronze, which obviously can stand the test of time and can withstand, weather, things like that, and it can be outside. So in between those 2 steps of the start and the finish are basically taking positive and negatives of that initial animal. So you take a mold, you cast a wax, which becomes a positive, and then the wax gets cleaned up and chased, and then that gets rammed into sand, which is then melted out using the low melt process, or the lost wax process. And we melt it at basically 300 degrees for about 10 to 12 hours. So it's really slow. It's like a really low oven. And then the wax melts out, so then you have a cavity, a negative, inside the sand, which we pour the bronze into, and then you have the bronze. And then of course you have to clean it up. It doesn't just come out perfect, so it's a lot of work to get to there. So, but in a nutshell, that's how that works. So the students that I handpicked for this project have experience in mold making and casting. Their skills ranged from using rubber mold material, plaster casting, and then also modeling, so clay modeling. And so between all of their skills combined, we were all able to make this project happen. So to be honest, a lot went wrong. We had a lot of issues, and a lot of that happened because of things just don't work the right way the first time. We built our low melt kiln that kind of butted up into the making process of these animals, so we didn't really get a whole lot of time to test it out. And of course, just getting to know the materials, because not every rubber mold material acts the same way. But I think one of our biggest challenges was also making certain animals look cute, because that's what we wanted. We wanted these things to be child friendly, public friendly. And so like making an alligator cute is way harder than you think it is. Or I think maybe the owl was the hardest one, because owls are just kind of like creeping in the background animals anyways. So making those animals cute was a big challenge, but they did a great job of it. So I think the most rewarding part of this project was seeing my students from start to finish, seeing them successfully understand every single step. That reminds me that I'm doing something right, I think, and that it's sticking and they're able to practice it, which tells me that they can also take these skills outside of this institution and get a job, potentially. So that's, as an educator, that's all you ever want your students to do, to have a career in what they're studying. Another rewarding part is seeing the animals installed, like where they intended to go. This whole thing is important because it forges a relationship between a university and the public. We are a public institution, and we need the support of the people around us and the community around us. And aside from that, we're bringing art and culture and experiences to the city of Conway that they didn't have before. And it also opens like a path for us, a future for us to have more public art. I would love to see more public art in this area. There's plenty of beautiful space in Conway to do it, and this went really smooth with Coastal and Conway, so I think they're also interested in that as well.